Hello, hello, hello. You are on the lifeboat. This is your Captain Calhoun speaking. Folks, I did not get a whole lot of sleep. Yar, sleep evades me, you know? That's pretty much how I felt when I woke up about 30 minutes ago. I tried to catch some extra ones on the back end. I feel surprisingly awake and alert, but that's probably not a good sign. That probably means that um, there's something else entirely going on. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Shannon Smith, what is going on? Kathy Ann, always a pleasure. Drive safely. Rick Smith, Ben Bacon Bits, what's going on? Good morning. Saguaro Christmas. Shannon Smith, I hope you get your computer back soon. It has got to be mighty boring without Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. What is going on, my brother? I live for now. What is going on? Patty Collins, Krista Melinda. I like your last name, and it's also, ever since Ben made fun of me for saying your full name, I always question why every time I do. I'll get you, Ben. I'll get you. Layla Bradley, what's going on? Cag, Rona Cooley, hello, hello. I am extremely tired, but I also feel awake enough to do this. I'm going to do this, and then I'm probably going to go back to bed. So there's the facts of it. Mira Dira, good morning. Millie the Dandelion. Morning, beautiful people. Sending oodles of love as always in the office. So I will be alert. Love you all, and thank you for the support yesterday. Heck yeah, Millie. I hope you have a great day. Nicholas says, sleep evaded me as well last night. Must have been something in the air. Dude, I journaled and tried, and then I even got up and went for a walk. Decided I was hungry, bought a pizza, ate half of it, and still had trouble sleeping. But I did get at least 3 hours. I think that I was finally ready to close, to actually go to sleep about 2:05 or something. I closed my eyes and eventually went to sleep after that time. But Jen Otneen Hobbs, Monk Searcher, Jamie Palmer, what is going on? Inappropriate Hef, hey there, good morning. I hope your Tuesday is amazing. Aaron F., Robin Miners, reporting from Muster. We are about to embark on an epic journey of pirate memes and pirate speech. But yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a difference for us. Catch our ripples. Today we've got Mary Jones, Blessed to Crochet, at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And I will be back at 5 p.m. Pacific time, as always. We also have Carol needing a meeting today. Hopefully her goats are doing better. She took the day off yesterday. Her had to take the goats to the vet, from what I understand. So shout out to Carol. I hope the goats are doing well. Yeah, pardon the meme. I typed in pirate booty into Google Images, and that was about as good as it was going to get for that. So that's the pirate booty. What was I even talking about? Our ripples. Catch Carol at Needing Meeting today, 1:40 p.m. Pacific time, and the Admiral this evening, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, that's right. That's what's going on here. I hope the goats are better too. That made me a little sad. I was like, oh, at least she's taking care of them, right? She's taking them to the. Carol cares very much about her animals, and I think it's immediately apparent. It's written on her face. She cares quite a bit, and I think that's really cool. Sling Blade, I'm on day 2 of detoxing off Kratom in maybe 3 hours of sleep. Really interesting. This is very, very interesting. Sling, good for you, dude. Is it rough other than the sleep? RLS. Oh, wow. Yep, I can relate. I can relate with that a ton. I was getting a little bit of that myself last night. That restless leg. Other than the restless leg, how is that going for you, Sling Blade? I'm very, very curious. We talk about Kratom quite a bit. Or we have historically. I haven't at all. Rick Smith, what is going on? Body Illusion. Hello, hello. Oh, that's so good to hear, Kathy Ann. The captain and admiral got Marilyn Hogue on Coffee, Cults, and Crafts yesterday has been, we got a shout out from them, has been a big help to her while quitting smoking, which she's doing great at. I tell you what, quitting smoking is extremely difficult. I am no longer enjoying my vape. I now hit it strictly compulsively. Every time I hit it, I wish that I hadn't. So I think that the nicotine vaporizers days are numbered for me. Absolutely numbered, especially if I'm not enjoying it. It's just strictly compulsive. I don't know how long that's going to last, guys. I'm going to have to get rid of it. A lot better today. That's what I want to hear right there, man. Hey, I'm going to pull this sucker out for you. That's the first Kratom quitting story that I have heard, Kratom testimonial, since I've been sitting in this chair. And I hope that we see a whole lot more of them. I think that Kratom can have, benefits, but as you all very well know at this point, it is an opioid. So that comes with numerous complications and this, that, and the other, which I don't necessarily want to get into right now. But I think it's really good that you're doing that, Sling Blade. I think that's way cool. I'm proud of you. Let us know what we can do for you, and please keep us updated. I'm sure the Admiral would love to hear about your journey as well. Down to 1 milligram of nicotine once in the morning, just in the morning, Ben. Wow. I saw you do some capsaicin tincture on camera in book study last night, and it made me laugh. The face you made, hilarious. Comedic gold, I would say. Kratom, Patty Collins, is now I'm going to have to talk about it. Let's pull up some information. Which one of these do I like? How about WebMD? We'll WebMD this sucker. I don't know how much usually I would trust WebMD, but I feel like Kratom is so new. I'm going to judge this definition as true or not. This says Kratom leaves. I'm not even going to say that out loud. That's interesting. So Kratom is a tree from the coffee family native to Southeast Asia. You can find leaves, powder, and capsules in health food stores, vape shops, and online specialty stores. The most common uses of it are to relieve pain, depression, and opioid addiction. Wow. It says one of the most common uses is to relieve opioid addiction. That's a scary statement. So it is an opiate at its heart. The two most active compounds found in Kratom are mitragynine 7-hydroxy. This is not going to help us at all. All right. So Kratom's an opioid, and it's not regulated by the FDA, really. It's kind of like the Delta 8 we were talking about, except I haven't done any research on the Kratom to back it up like I did with the Delta 8. So maybe this evening we'll revisit the Kratom. No, Patty, it's totally fine. I'm glad you bring that up. I need inspiration for shows, and this is perfect because it's right along the lines of what we were talking about yesterday. And it's something I have not addressed since sitting here, and it's very important. Lots of people are using Kratom, and I think lots of people are having second thoughts about it too. Our guy Sling Blade here, or man or lady, I don't know, but Sling Blade is quitting, so I think that's way cool. I think that I will do a deep dive on that this evening, Patty, if that's all right with you. Yeah, I would definitely buy with caution. I would educate yourself. And this evening, I will educate us all, I think. My dad, the Admiral, talks about Kratom a lot. Even so much we've made jokes about it. Slingblade says it's the same thing as coming off Oxy, just not as rough. What was your consumption habit? Like how much were you dosing of the Kratom? How deep were you, as it were? Very curious to hear that as well. Yeah, the Admiral speaks about it at length. So you can, if you want to know about it now, I bet you I can find one of his videos on it. And it's probably got Kratom in the title. But I will be doing a deep dive this evening because I need to. It just needs to happen. Slingblade says, I'm a man and I'm never messing with Kratom again. Wow. Powerful statement. Powerful statement. That is so cool. I'm so stoked, Sling. Well, rock on, brother. Keep it up. Keep us informed. And I'm going to talk a ton about it this evening. I can relate it to coming off Oxy. Didn't sleep at all in the last 2 days before starting Suboxone. Terrible. Wow. Looks like other people have gone through this as well. Kelly Gerling, what's going on? Currently weaning off Kratom. I live for now. Helped me get off my migraine meds. Interesting. Wow, look at all this. My roommate went straight from Kratom to fentanyl. Oh my Lord. It's quite the jump. When we talk about opiates and opioids, and maybe Kratom's an opiate and not an opioid. It's a very important distinction. I should speak carefully, especially since I'm sitting in the chair. It's important. I mean, when we talk about opiates and opioids, Kratom is on the bottom of the barrel as far as I know. Fentanyl is the top. Fentanyl is the scary beast at the top, you know. So that is quite the jump, I have to say. Dangerous. Dangerous, such a lonely word, mostly what I need from you. That's not how that song goes. I Live for Now says, I was wondering that too. I take only half gram a day though. That seems like a pretty reasonable dose. And again, I haven't done Kratom. I have friends that do it, but I'm not familiar with the dosages either. So this is purely anecdotal for me. Blessed to Crochet, good morning. Valerie 102, what's going on? Zoned out doing chores. That's a good thing. That's the only way that I can really accomplish chores. If I am conscious while doing it, if I'm not zoned out, I will convince myself to do something else. Every time. Every time. Sling Blade says he was taking a lot. We'll take your word for it. 80 grams a day. Wow. Maybe for more than 6 months. Well, wow, dude. Wow, dude. I am really stoked that you are a couple days out from that. Couple days out from that. It's a good song, Brazy. My first love, Roxy, we call her on this channel, had a record player and 52nd Street vinyl, Billy Joel. And on one side, it had like Stiletto and Honesty. And on the other side, it had Zanzibar and 52nd Street, obviously. Great record. I love all the tracks. I love all those Billy Joel songs. I love them a lot. Zanzibar is probably my favorite Billy Joel song of all time. I've got a tab at Zanzibar tonight. It's where I'll be. Boom, 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 boom. And then the guitar comes in and it's like dun, 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 dun. It kind of feels like a celebration, like a party, but it also kind of feels like Coney Island, like clowny carnival. It's a weird song. It's great though. The song's about, basically the chorus goes, I've got the old man's car. I've got a jazz guitar. I've got a tab at Zanzibar tonight. It's about a fancy club downtown New York or something like that, I imagine. When I say downtown New York, is that an oxymoron? Isn't the whole city, isn't New York City the whole thing downtown? Never been. My teeth are feeling all right. There's still like in the very, very back gum. I guess it's my jaw, but I still have suicide doors on my gum. It's still blown out on the side. It's going to heal up or whatever. I don't think that flap of jawbone is going to come back in. I think it's just going to like fill in with other material and whatnot. So it hurts though. That one little part totally hurts. The rest of it's fine. I'm not swollen. I can lay on this side of my face now, so I sleep on my stomach. So I end up kind of sleeping like this, which is weird. But if you really think about it, the arm that's up, I'm like flexing my traps, and my neck is like in this weird position. So I've been sleeping on this side, the side with teeth everywhere, since I had it done every single night. So I've had this abysmal crick in my neck. Oh my gosh, it is terrible. But now I can start balancing it out, and this shoulder can rest finally. Because I've been sleeping like this. Because this side has teeth. Anyways. Interesting, Shannon. I've never been. Interesting. Uptown approaching Harlem. Interesting, Nicola. I'll have to check that out. I bet you I know that song, and I just can't think of how it goes right now. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Roberto? Welcome in. Sorry I'm late coming in. Did you grab your tea yet? I did not. Yesterday I had a very weird mental health day, so I didn't really do a whole lot. But I will be grabbing it, I promise. And as soon as I do, I will be drinking it on stream. I'm really excited for it. Izzy E, welcome in. If you have to sleep on your side, I recommend a square pillow. Really, Izzy? Really? Really? When I sleep on my side, I have to stack my pillows because like I have these weird broad-ish shoulders. Lawn mowing duty so I can listen, but I wish everyone a wonderful day. We will discuss square pillows at a later date, Izzy. Have fun with the lawn. I find cutting the lawn so therapeutic. I tell you what, I hate getting off my butt to go and do it, but once I start doing it, I got the shades on and the hat and I'm jamming. It's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that. Shelly Kelly, good morning. Beta, what's going on? Spanx, when you will be doing your blood work, check your liver enzymes. All the antibiotics that you took weaken the liver. Liver not dealing well with toxins causes problems with sleep. Well, I have to say that on top of all of that, you guys remember when I first started hurting? Oh my gosh. I went and got one of these. It wasn't this exact bottle or this size of ibuprofen, but between the time that I started experiencing problems and the time that I got it removed and fixed, I ate 200 ibuprofen tablets. 200 in a month, in 30 days. So that's not good for my liver either. I would have to completely concur with you, Beta. I really need to go get that done. And I'm glad you brought it up. I've been intending to set up a general doctor appointment, but I haven't yet. So I guess I'm going to have to do that today. Thank you, Patty. I love that shirt. I love that shirt a lot, but I never wear it. It's so like it really overdoes it, you know? When I got it's like a New Year's party kind of shirt. It's a function shirt. Not functional, but function. You guys should see the shoes that I got to go with it. Although I destroyed them. Here, maybe I'll get them. Hold up. Please hold. Check these suckers out. I found these at the thrift store. They're Uggs. They're super comfy, but I wore them twice. I wore them to the New Year's party, and then I got together with my fire crew for like one last get together, and we like spun fire, and there was snow on the ground, and I stepped in the snow anyways, so now I have these snowy, dirty sweat marks or whatever they are from dipping my toes in the snow. So they're kind of ruined. Unless I can get that off. It looks way worse in person. But yeah, I clean up real nice. I just need a good reason to. I used to DJ on Long Island. Went to the city a lot. Patty, that sounds so dope. That sounds way cool. Kristen Melinda supports the side sleeping square pillow. I will have to look into it. These socks are going to be airborne for sure, I imagine. Worse for my stomach. Interesting. I am a little up in chat, y'all. I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. You guys know how I do. I like to look and read, and sometimes I do a little too much reading. I get very absorbed in it, and I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing, but I'm working on it. No, for real, Valerie, it freaks me out too. I haven't been taking any more, you know? I definitely haven't been taking any more. What's DIL, Patty? No, shoes to go with the shirt I wore yesterday, Mira. I don't know if you saw my shirt yesterday, but it had it was black collared button down with like silver. It's like a real fancy shirt. Those were to go with that. And I have like burgundy corduroy pants that I also wore. Super sweet, super good looking. I like it. Does Tom Brady advertise Uggs? That is hilarious. I've never really been into the Uggs. When I lived in Southern California, it was like the style for girls at my school to wear short shorts with Uggs. And I thought it was really cute, but really stupid. So I didn't say anything. But I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it's really cute. You know, your feet are probably way stinky though, you know? You probably got sweaty, stinky feet. And that's okay. That's what feet do. They stink and they walk around and they sweat. But, you know, I can get Ugg stains out with vinegar. Well, and that's why I put them in the closet and didn't touch them. I didn't do anything with them because I knew that there was someone out there way more qualified than myself that would know what to do. And here you are, Mira. Thank you so much. I am going to go ahead and do that. Should I dilute the vinegar a little bit on like a towel and rub it? Should I just kind of pour it over undiluted? What would you suggest? And if any of the options that I spit out sound super uneducated, it's because I'm not. This is definitely not my area of expertise. I just spitball and seeing what sticks. You know, they are suede. Oh, thank you, Izzy. I appreciate that. White vinegar, says Mira. Well, these ones. I'll have to look into bear paws. I've never heard of that. These ones were super cheap in the thrift store. I can't remember if it was like Savers or what store it was, but it was one of the cheaper thrifties. I usually sleep on my stomach, on my chest. When I have trouble falling asleep that way, I'll shift to the side and kind of curl up a little more. I tend to want to lift a leg, especially when I'm sleeping on my chest, like on my stomach. I will lift one leg and kind of I don't know, I can't remember which one it is, but it's not good for my lower back. It doesn't align very well, but my body likes to sleep that way. It's very strange. Speaking of, I wonder if that is still damage or if I'm just working these muscles a lot when I exercise. I feel like I have soft tissue damage over here where I fell off my bike. Because every time I work really hard, it hurts over there extra. All right, I'm going to skip down to the bottom here. Yeah, please catch Blessed to Crochet today, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Butter Roll Boutique, what's going on? Some on a washcloth, gently dab. Fantastic. I'm so stoked. If that's the case, I'm going to have to bring them with me on my trip so I can show off. FTG for life. Good morning. New to channel. First time watcher. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is an interesting show for you to pop into. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, so we're kind of just farting around. But this evening, I'll be doing a deep dive on Kratom, I believe. We have had quite a bit of discussion today about Kratom, so I think that it's just in line with what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, we talked about Delta 8 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is not Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is what most people know as regular weed. But Delta 8 is a product that's being sold in a lot of smoke shops and gas stations because of federal regulation loopholes, and it is very, very dangerous because of the way that it's created and manufactured. So we talked about that yesterday. Today, I think this evening, we'll talk about Kratom. So come back 5 p.m. Pacific for that. I'm not leaving right now, just letting you know. We also have some ripples today. We've got Blessed to Crochet at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Carol at Needing a Meeting. We'll be on here at 1:40 p.m. Pacific. I'll be back at 5, and the Admiral will be here at 7:30 to blow your socks off, I'm sure. You know, Valerie, this is the default setting of our society, glorifying consumption, and step on the backs of your peers to get rich. That's what we are incentivized to do, which is wild, which is super wild. That's exactly what we're trying to combat here on this channel. This is about connection. It's about coming together. You know, we have all these technological advances. We have all this social media, all this, you know, I can type a message. I can write a letter basically on my phone, hit a button, and it'll hit Australia in seconds. It's nothing short of magic to people 100 years ago. Nothing short of magic, right? But on the other hand, we're more isolated than we've ever been. Our children aren't having children, right? Young adults aren't procreating like they were. We're having lots of, what's the way to say this? A gender identity crisis. I forget when they referred to the fall of a society. I forget what they called that factor, but maybe it's just lewd and debaucherous activity. But if you go back and look at any great civilization, Rome, I'm not going to say any other examples because I feel like it's going to bite me in the butt. But you look at great civilizations historically, right before the fall, there are signs of the fall. And those are all signs of the fall. Those are all things that were present in many different ancient civilizations before the fall. So I think that not only if we keep heading this way is it going to be real bad, but I think that we literally need to change directions before it's too late. So we're on here preaching connection. We're on here trying to connect, trying to provide different ways to connect and, you know, educate on the importance of connection while taking a recovery standpoint, right? We are not all addicts and alcoholics, but a lot of us are, and many of us also have other things going on, right? It doesn't have to be a substance, right? Maybe I'm eating to cover my emotions, right? Maybe could be anything. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, probably because I only slept 3 hours last night, but we can literally put anything there in that space and use it like a substance. So we are here from that standpoint talking about connection. And I'm glad you're here. Brianna Miller, Danielle McCoy, Jamie Palmer, what's going on, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Mac 187, pardon me, 817. I always read that backwards. I'm not dyslexic, I swear. Good morning. Good to see ya. 5 my time tonight, Patty. It'll be awesome. And if for some reason you're tied up, there's always the replay. No sweat. Valerie says TV and movies really influenced me to think alcohol was just adult life, so detrimental. And I think that it has that effect on a lot of young people. Me included. I could not wait to get out there and chug some beers with the boys when I was 14. Come on. That's just, I don't know. I don't know. Ladybug Melissa, what is going on? Becca Jean, welcome in. And I also would like to say, I don't want to misconstrue what we're doing here for like face-to-face connection. Like this is helping. This is a great thing that we're doing here, right? But nothing, and I mean nothing, is better than face-to-face connection, communication, face-to-face interaction. It literally has chemical responses in your body when you are interacting with another human on a personal, in-person basis. Try it out. Lots of lettuce. What's going on? Your birthday's the 21st. I will have to put that on my calendar. We'll have to put that on my calendar. I'm also going to do a show on masculinity here soon. Since we're doing Kratom today, I'll put it off. But I started writing a show on masculinity because I think that we have a huge misunderstanding on generally as a people what masculinity is and what it's meant to be. 9 days off Kratom. I didn't know how addictive it was. Lots of lettuce. Wow, let's go. Let us celebrate. That's way cool. That is way cool. We have a number of people in the chat today that are getting off Kratom, and I think that's way cool. I think that is way cool. Debbie, what's going on? Debbie P, hello there. Yeah, I typed in pirate booty, and that was as good as it was going to get. It was a questionable decision, but I was running late, so I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's kind of funny. At least it's kind of funny, It's like a little funny, maybe. Conversations with Christy, what's going on? I was looking at the message you sent me. You didn't have anything for Tuesday, did you? Christy, conversations with Christy? Oh, wow. Wednesday on Conversations with Christy, we're going to do a codependency chat. And on Thursday, there's the Izzy E interview and the Tara interview. That's exciting. That is very, very exciting. My other's keeper. Hello there. Hello there. For those of you who know my friend Crystal Mace, today is her birthday. Shout out to her on the various Ripple channels that she goes to. Happy birthday, Crystal. Heck yeah. I love a good birthday, A good celebration of life. Well, I didn't think I was going to make it the whole time, guys, but I mean, I'm pretty darn close. I might just get out of here. I, again, only got like 3 hours of sleep, so I might just go right back to bed. Tuesday is tarot, so today it will be intro to tarot if anyone is interested. Fantastic. I might tune in for that as well. I'm pretty into it. Have to say, Izzy had to reschedule. Okay, good to know. So Wednesday is going to be, pardon me. Sometimes I misinform people. I don't like that. Thursday is going to be just Tara. Just Tara. Well, that's good. That means money's coming in, right, Izzy? I like that. Keep the family fed and sheltered. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what it's all about. And we talked about masculinity for just a second. So I'm going to talk about it for another second or two. What I meant by, I think masculinity is not really fully understood. Like we have the wrong idea about it these days. I don't think that, I think that generally men today, and masculinity is not inherently a man thing. There are plenty of women that demonstrate wonderful masculinity, and vice versa. All right, this is not an inherently male trait. It's not. It just isn't. It's not true. I think that most people today think of masculinity as individuality, as like killing the lion with your bare hands, as like getting the car, getting the job, getting the girl, self-aggrandizement, peacocking. And this is not like, this is weak. This is weak behavior. This is not masculinity. This is not strength. This is weakness. Wow, that was a little vicious. Real masculinity is purpose-driven and service-oriented. How are you showing up for other people? Real masculinity is protecting and serving the ones you love, period. All right? Masculinity is also a societal construct. It's what we fill it with, right? We need to fill it with good stuff, right? We need to fill it with protecting my loved ones, providing for my family. How much, like, my dad is in another state, moving heaven and earth. I said this yesterday too. It's a great example. To help a friend that he cares about, to help her stay safe, move into a safer place, to achieve her true happiness. He's just out there doing everything he possibly can. That is masculinity. That is real masculinity. And on that note, the Andrew Tates of the world are the taints of the world, in my opinion. He is not masculine. He's weak, and he's a crook. He's a hustler. It says it right on the front of his thing, Hustler University. You want to be a dirtbag like me? Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan, which is crazy. I've done a lot of research on this guy, and a lot of people talk about him too, on both sides. Some of the things that he says, I agree with, but the way that he acts and it's such a weird dichotomy. I think he has good ideas with bad intentions. And I'm not saying I agree with everything that he says, but he does say some stuff that sounds pretty good to a young man. You know what I mean? But I think that he's a master manipulator. I think he's a crook. I think he's a thief. And I think he's a generally bad person. But that's how I feel about that. Let's try not to slander people, right? I probably shouldn't say too much. But again, this is all literally laid out on the internet for everybody to see. Like, he's a jerk. He is. He's a jerk. The exact opposite of my dad. Purpose-driven, service-oriented. How am I showing up for my loved ones? Absolutely, Kristen. Absolutely. There are women firefighters running into burning buildings, carrying people out. It's not an inherently man thing, male trait. I display quite a bit of femininity. And I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. There's a nice balance. There's purpose for both, for sure. I think that humanity is a much broader term, and I think masculinity is very specific. We could amount humanity to be so many things. I think this is a very overgeneralization. But humanity is good, and masculinity is probably good. So I think that definition that I used to say what I think most people think of masculinity as, individuality, killing the lion, get the car, get the job, that's toxic masculinity. That's misogyny is what that is. Just to be clear. I did not hear about the Utopia experiment from John Calhoun. It looks like I have some reading to do. What's going on, Scooby? Scooby Lee. I love that word, Ben. Posturing. I used to watch a lot of professional StarCraft video games played against each other. And people will do a lot of posturing, which is where you have your group of units and you're just kind of moving them just to see what's going on, just kind of maybe the presence of your forces will force a movement from the opponent that they will put them in a bad position. But often posturing in that game just puts you in a terrible position, because then you're overstepping and the other player doesn't move into a weird spot and just annihilates you. So I always get mad when I'm watching StarCraft and they're posturing too much. I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. You need to back it up or go all the way in. One of the two. Conversations with Christy, that might be something that we can do together. When I think of that topic, I think of you being a wonderful asset to that conversation. So let's talk about it. I know you got a lot going on this week. I'm really excited for all that stuff. I'm going to read your schedule out for everyone that you sent me. I already read like half of it, so it's not a big jump here. Friday on Conversations with Christy, we're doing healthy versus unhealthy life choices. Oh, and there it says the tarot, non-boat related. Okay. Yeah, that was the only one I hadn't mentioned. That being said, I think I'm out of here, guys. I require to take care of myself. The crux of femininity. Interesting. And I would say that you're probably much more qualified to make that assessment than me, Kristen. But I will see if I can find a satisfactory answer. Maybe I'll ask some other women in my life too. Like maybe Reese can jump in on this and weigh in. I bet you she has some wonderful insight. Yes, Spida, I am familiar with this experiment. Very, very familiar. Well, the downfall of society happens. The men stop mating with the women, and then they start to eat each other and have sex with each other. The men. The women will die off, and the men will start eating each other, I believe. I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly what had happened, but if you picture the rat experiment as a society of utopia, it fell apart and everything like disintegrated, right? Devolved into caveman rat. The crux of the biscuit is the apostrophe. That is so interesting. All right, guys. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. I was about to say boat for notifications. They should turn the bell into a boat. That would be cool. And yeah, come back, check out the ripples, check out the Admiral, and I'll be back 5. Hope you guys have a great day, all right? I'm totally going to get some sleep, I promise.